Now in the back, I'm filling it in with box braids, and I just wanted to show you that when I do box braids, I usually will start from, and I'll work from the bottom up, because this is the narrowest part of the head, and if you work from the top down, then you have all these braids hanging in your way when you're trying to braid down here. So if you work from the bottom up, then you can just pin the loose hair up out of your way, and it doesn't hinder you from braiding. But because this is the narrowest part of the head, I start with usually a smaller amount of braids on the bottom row, the first row. I did 4 this time. And then when I move up and part off my next row, I will increase that row by 1 more box. So the middle part here is where I want to center the box in the next row, so that I had a center part with 2 boxes on each side. Now I'm going to have a center box with 2 more on each side, so that I had 4. Now I'll have 5. When I do my next row, I'll part another line across here, and I'll put a center part again. I'll have 3 on each side, so that the next row will have 6 boxes. And that way the braids fall down in between the other braids, and you'll get a nice full look when you're finished. So just to demonstrate how I do a box braid, is I'll take that section of hair, comb it out to be smooth, and as always, I use a little bit of gel to keep the frizzies in. Work that through the hair. And then I'll just section the hair into, just turn your head a little bit there, into 3 parts. And I always braid underhanded. I start with my hands really close to the scalp so you get a nice tight braid. Some people like to use rubber bands at the base of the braid next to the scalp to make them stay in better. I try to use as few rubber bands as possible, because even though they're meant for hair, they still cause some breakage. And I never have a problem with my braids, my box braids, staying pretty nicely without using rubber bands. So I skip that. And there's a little bit of extra gel there, so I just kind of work that gel through the braid. And I want to say that that's true for the piggyback braids as well. Some people will put a rubber band at the beginning of each section on the piggyback braids, whereas I don't. And it'll be a little bit of a different look if you use rubber bands on those piggyback braids, but same basic idea. So I'm just rubber banding that last bead on and sliding my beads over, and that finished off my second row of box braids.